Welcome everyone to lesson 13 problem set and concept development video. I'm trying to hypnotize you with my virtual background into learning all the maths. Please remember we really need to master those multiplication facts to make life easier in math. It's a lot easier when you're only focusing on learning one concept instead of worrying about your mathematic facts and the new concepts I keep teaching. So on our quizzes, you're going to continue to see multiplication facts for a majority of the time until we really feel comfortable with our multiplication facts. So keep learning those, keep practicing, and keep getting better. All right, so today for our lesson, we're going to be using our problem set. So let me get my face out of the way. Actually, let me put the screen down and you can be hypnotized for a second. You will learn maths. All right, so let me minimize that. And in today's lesson, you're going to be using a reference sheet to convert some of these units, and you'll see it. They're unpublished right now, but when you come into the conversion reference sheet, you'll have this reference sheet right here to use. And I'll be showing you how to use that. There's a snip of it inside of this, but then there's also a document that you can open up. And now I have it opened up in Adobe. So I can refer to this when I'm working on my problem set. So now I can go back to Active Inspire where I have my problem set. And so let's go ahead and get right into our problem set. Let's get our name on it. So we're going to be using the skills that whoops, I'm on page 2. There's page 1. We're going to be using our skills that we've been working on the last couple weeks and transition them into this lesson. All right, so let's read the directions. It says solve. The first one's done for us. And we can see that A says convert weeks to days. So how many weeks or how many days are in a week? Well, if we didn't know that, we could check to see if it's on our conversion chart. I'm about to sneeze. Nope. Shoot, yep, sorry. Bless me. So we could come over here to our conversion chart and check. Well, this one doesn't have how many days are in a week. So, but we know that it's 7 days in a week. So it's 8 times 1 week, which is 8 times really. We convert the unit to 7 days on this step, and then we finish solving it. So on the first step over here on B, it says convert years to days. Well, we're going to do 4 years times 1 year, but this is the part of the sentence that we need to decompose into a different unit. Well, it's 4 times, well, how many days are in a year? Well, you could come to your chart and see that 1 year equals 365 days. Remember, whenever they're asking how many days are in a year, they're talking about 3 out of every 4 years. They're not talking about the leap year. I'm trying to decide which one. So it's 4 groups of 365. So if we take 365 and we multiply it by 4, now this is like what I was saying, you know how to do these parts. It's the conversion that the lesson's taking us on today. So 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, plus 2 more is 26, and 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. So should be 1,460 days in 4 years. All right, let's move on. Let's keep using our reference chart to help us solve these. Convert meters into centimeters. All right, if you know it off the top of your head, great. I always like to think about cents in a dollar to help me remember how many centimeters in a meter, but we also have these conversion charts. So we're going centimeter to meter, okay, or meter to centimeter. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Got it. All right. So 9.2 meters times 1 meter. But again, this is the sentence that we're converting, or part of the sentence we're converting. So it's 9.2 times 100. Now, when we're multiplying by 100, we don't even have to set it up standard algorithm because of all the practice that we've had at the beginning of the year with multiplying by multiples of 100. And we know that we're shifting the decimal or shifting the place values across the decimal to the left. So and it will go twice. So it should be 920 centimeters. Good job. All right, now we're going to D, and it says convert yards to feet. Well, once again, let's go to our reference sheet, yards to feet. Football players might know it. Yards to feet, 1 yard equals 3 feet. Great. And now let's go back. 1 yard equals 3 feet. So it's going to be, we can skip this sentence if you can just show me the conversion sentence. So it's 5.7 times, well, yards to feet. Well, we said each yard needs to be multiplied by 3. And we're just going to represent that unit is 3 feet. So 5.7 times 3. And again, I'm going to just represent that unit as feet so that I don't forget when I solve. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 5, 15, plus 2 more, 17. And just like we learned yesterday, we're working with tenths. So now we just have to know where to place our decimal. And we just need 1 digit after the decimal for tenths. But remember, we got to remember that it's our unit is feet. So 5.7 yards is really 5.7 yards is equal to 17.1 feet. Great job. All right, let's keep converting and let's keep solving for these math problems. 2 more. Kilograms to grams. Ooh, kilo. I always remember kilo is 1,000 of the base unit and the grams are base unit. But if you can't remember that, let's go check grams to kilograms, or kilograms to grams, I mean. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So it's going to be 6.08 kilograms times 1,000 grams. Okay, well, we probably could do this one in our head, right? Because we're multiplying by a multiple of a 10 on 100 or 1,000. So it has 3 zeros, so that's giving us the hint that we're shifting place values 3 times to the left, and it should be 6,080 grams should be our answer. Convert pounds to ounces. Ooh, that's one that a lot of people don't remember in their head. But if you can remember all these conversions, the better you are for it. But you can always Google it and look it up just like we're doing right now. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. It says 1 pound, 16 ounces. Okay, so it's going to be 12.5 times 16. And again, represent your new unit so that you remember to put it on with your product. Well, this one we can't do in our head. We have to set it up. Remember, we're not lining up place values when we're multiplying with decimals. We're just lining up digits. And then we'll use our place value knowledge to deal with the decimal placement at the end. 6 times 5, let me change my color so it's a little easier to see, is 30. 6 times 2, 12, plus 3 more is 15. This is why I say it's so important to know your facts. Look at all you can rip through these a lot faster without really thinking about the multiplication. You're just thinking about the steps. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. Change colors again. Remember, we got to place that 0 when we shift into the tens place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Then we can add. Oh, well, that's an interesting answer. It came out to 2,000 ounces exactly. Oh, I almost made the mistake of not placing my zero or decimal. Ooh, Mr. Briggs. I hope some of you were yelling at my screen and for me. Remember, we're working with tenths up here. So this should be tenths down here. So it's no longer 200, right? It's 2,000, and that was my fault. I'm glad I caught it before I moved on so I didn't get all the angry emails, and I'm teased about that because I love when you guys email me when I make mistakes. It tells me you're paying attention. It tells me you're understanding, and it helps me be a better teacher. So thank you. All right, let's go to the back page and see what's going on. All right. So it says after solving, write a statement to express each conversion. The first one's done for us. So it's like how we respond to a word problem. I would like you to pick, oh, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that there's to do. Let's pick, you can pick 3 of the 5. Pause me, come back. I'll have all the work done. All right, see you soon. All right, time to check the 3 problems that you chose to do. Now you can see that if I did the work in my head, which is okay to do, I still wrote down the expression that I'm working on in my head. So this is the conversion step that I just arrowed. And actually, let me use the highlighter. And then there's my answer. So I showed you my thinking. I showed you how I was converting, and then I showed you what my answer was. Now I didn't do it like that on every problem. So let's just take a look at this. Over here on C, you can see that it's multiplying by 100. I felt comfortable doing that in my head, so I just showed the answer. Same thing's true on D because it's a multiple of 10, 100, or tens. It's a multiple of 10, but we're multiplying by 1,000. So I could do that easily in my head. And again, you can see the statement on each one of these. Now down here was a little bit more tricky. I couldn't do 11.3 times 16 ounces. I couldn't convert pounds to ounces in my head because 1 pound is 16 ounces. So what I did was I just set it up standard algorithm. I almost forgot once again to place that decimal until the end. So just remember about that when you're working with your decimal. Now over here on F, this is the one that was the trickiest. It wanted us to go from yards to inches. Now in our conversion, you can see that there's yards to feet. So at first I was like, well, okay, well, there's no yards directly to inches. So first I'm gonna have to go yards to feet and then figure out feet to inches. Okay, so when we look at my work over here, you see my first sentence is yards to feet. Well, I could do that one in my head. So I just showed 2.3 times 3 is 6.9. Well, the next part, 6.9, converting it into inches times 12, I couldn't do it in my head. So I set it up and made sure that I placed the decimal in the right place. I was working with tenths, so it's 82.8 tenths of inches, and then I put it in a statement. All right, so go ahead and get your exit ticket out. Show me your conversion skills on your exit ticket. You may and should use your conversion sheet to help you on your exit ticket if you need to. All right, so go ahead and get that going, and good job today. Remember to contact me if you ever need any support. I'm always available to you via phone call, Zoom, email, whatever you need. All right, guys, have a great day and enjoy your day off tomorrow celebrating all the veterans that have served our country.